Okay, welcome back. In this video, we're going to go ahead and instead of hard coding this value 200, we're going to make this value be dependent on our turret range, firing range variable. Okay, currently it has the value of 5. We want to make it related to that. Basically, we want this size, this turret image, that turret range image, and my turret reaction distance to be related to the same exact variable. Let's go ahead and get started. So I don't want this to be 200. I want it to be related to the turret firing range variable. So if I forgot how to exactly type it out, I can go ahead and look here. I'm looking for an object variable right here. I'm going to check the turret, and I want to check the firing range. So basically, right here, it's going to react if the distance from the turret to the enemy is below this value of pixels. Let's go ahead and take a look. So right now, if I click, it's showing you that. And it's not really reacting. So before we get into fixing that, let's go ahead and do some minor touch-ups. So in this one, when I click it, we see that, right? What is different between here and here? Well, I want to create the object first and then change the scale. So I reverse those instructions. There we go. And now we want this range to be on top of this. So how can we do that? Well, if we look, our base layers, our barriers, are all Z order. Ooh, they should all be Z order 0. Let's go ahead and set that for right now. Just gonna hard code it. And we want our turret range to be maybe a Z order of 1. And let's go ahead and change our turret to 2. So I'm going to set the Z order to 1. All objects Z order, turret range, set it to 1. Alright, let's see how that goes. Okay, we can make that transparent later. But now, why is it not working? Well, how many pixels away is this? So currently, our firing range variable value is 5. It's checking if our turret is 5 pixels away from the enemy. Now, that's really, really close. In fact, let's see how close. I'm putting my turret in the path of the enemy. So even right here, it doesn't react. So where is it checking? I mean, it looks like it's within 5 pixels. My enemy is within 5 pixels. But even right here, it's not checking. Wow, what about right here? Even right here is not within 5 pixels. What about right here? Wow, so what exactly is 5 pixels? It must be some really, really small number. Let's go ahead and change this right here to 100. Let's see if it reacts to that. Okay, it does. So let's go ahead and see. Let's try and visualize what 100 is. Right here. About right here. So if I was to imagine a circle, it'd be right there. Now a question you might ask yourself is, well, what part of my turret is it really checking? Is it checking if any, like the closest side of my turret is 100 pixels away from an enemy? Or is it checking if the origin is 100 pixels from the enemy? I'm not too sure. So in a later video, we can do an experiment to find out exactly. Or we could look up the documentation as well. For now, I'm going to go ahead and click. Wow. That's not my range for this turret. So right here where I make the turret range, let's look how I'm changing it. Right now I'm doing scale. Basically, I'm scaling it, which is multiplying by this value. This value is 100. If you forgot, I set it to 100. So instead of scaling it, maybe I want to change or set the height and the width to that value. So let's go ahead and try this. Copy, paste, change this to width. Alright, let's go ahead and try that. Okay. So it's better. Let's go ahead and set that to 200. Let's put it right here. Let's see how things go. Alright, so this is my range. Okay, so it looks like I start reacting when the tanks are here, but my circle is right here. So it's not quite right. But we see that we've made it relatable. We've made them relate to each other. So if I make it 300, then my range should also increase. Okay, so it starts reacting when it's here, but my image is only right here. But we've accomplished the goal of the video. The goal of the video was to make both this firing range and the actual firing range relate to one variable and be controlled by one variable. Awesome, we got that to work. Now in a later video, we will go ahead and fine-tune this and find out what exactly is going on. As well as in another video, we're going to go ahead and experiment with, hey, what part of my turret is it checking to see how far the enemy is away.